Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I'm back with the highly anticipated recap of my trip to Barcelona, Spain. First, I want to start off by saying I did not know how hard it would be coming back from going out of the country. I've never experienced jet lag before, and it was something else. Like trying to get back to my regular life schedule after being gone for a whole week. I didn't realize how off track I would have been. The way I planned before I left was to come back to everything, my house was clean, laundry was done, food, trash taken out, everything was spotless. All I had to do was just unpack. That was it. But I forgot about everything else. I even did all of my work for the following week in school because I'm in school online. I did the weeks after my vacation work just so I could be sure that wait, I'm hot. Let me turn my fan on. Just so that I could be sure that when I got back I wouldn't be overwhelmed with homework and cleaning and all this stuff. I still was. I honestly still was. It took me till now to really feel I was back in the swing of things, which is why I'm recording this at the end of the month. But I'm here, guys. I'm here to tell you about everything. Everyone's been asking me how is Spain, and I can't sum it up in I would have to talk to you for hours because I can't sum it up in one conversation. So if you've been asking me about how Spain was, make sure you stay for the whole video just so you can get the full tea on Spain. I went to Spain with my best friend. Shout out to my bestie. We were on the phone and I was just I want to go somewhere. She was like, where you want to go? And I was like, I don't know, but I want to go somewhere with you. I want us to go somewhere together. She had just went to Jamaica that summer, and I had just moved that summer. So I was like, I want to go on a bestie trip. Let's go on a trip. And I was like, I don't care where it is. I just want to go out of the country. Like I said, she had went on vacation in the summertime to Jamaica, and she booked through this travel agent. Shout out to Miss E, because Miss E got us right, okay? Miss E got us right. Working with her made my first time leaving the country exactly how I always wanted it to be, seamless. All I had to do was pay and show up. Normally, if I'm planning to go somewhere, I could do that on myself, but it's just when you're traveling out of the country, you're just trying to coordinate stuff, and then you're traveling with someone. She made sure we had the same flights there and back, sitting next to each other and everything, which I really appreciated because I didn't want to be sitting next to some stranger when I could be sitting next to my bestie on the plane. So yeah, back to what I was saying. I was well, I don't want to go just anywhere where anybody could just go. I was I want to go somewhere cool, special. We ended up picking Spain because of Cheetah Girls. I know it's that's why everyone wants to go to Barcelona, but that's literally why we picked Barcelona. This is not an endorsement, but I love Delta Airlines. I've never had a problem with Delta Airlines. Their terminals are always clean. Their planes are always clean. We were fed, breakfast and lunch. We had our pillows, our blankets. It was a really peaceful flight. They always had the best new movies that always come out. I literally loved my flight there and back. It was a long flight, 8 to 10 hours. And I honestly don't think I could have survived an 8 to 10 hour flight on any other airline but Delta. Traveling thousands of miles, you want to be comfortable, and I'm glad I chose Delta because it was my first time leaving the country, and I just wanted it to be a good experience through and through. And it really was, from the time I left my house to the time I got back to my house. It was amazing. Make sure y'all book with them and get y'all Sky Miles, especially if you like me. I fly a lot. And the Sky mileage points add up. So yeah, we booked through Delta Vacations, and it was awesome. Like I said, she took care of the flights, the hotel. We had a personal driver, And our personal driver, oh my gosh, I took a picture with him because he was just so nice. Like, from when we first like got to the airport to like when he dropped us off, like, oh my gosh, he was so sweet. He was playing like Afro beats. He had so much energy. Like, he gave us waters, and it was just like such a vibe, especially like just getting there. I don't know anyone. Like, we just like, we're here, you know, and he just like set the tone for like the whole trip. He told us all the local spots, where to go to, like where the tourists usually go, and like where the locals are, and you know, just tips and stuff like that. And I was like, I really appreciated that. The flight, you know, check that off the list for this recap, because the flight was 10 out of 10 there and back. When we got to the airport, I just want to say that I think that America is a very hospitable country. I'm from Atlanta, so like the airport, like the way that the airport is set up, like, well, you know, Hartsfield-Jackson is the biggest airport, but just like the service and all that stuff there, when I went, you know, when I got off the plane and went to the airport in Spain, it's like the total opposite. You know, it's like every man for himself. Like, it's a nice airport, but it's like they basically saying, you're an adult, figure it out type of thing. Like, we got off the plane and we were following the signs, but like the signs are like, you gotta find the English on the sign because there's like in every language. Getting through it was okay. Honestly, everybody on the plane was just following each other till we got to customs. I was in line to get my passport stamped, like to go through security, and like the woman at the desk, like she literally didn't say anything. I was waiting for her to be like, you know, next or something. Like, the guy before me went, and I was like, you know, waiting, and she just stuck her hand out and looked at me, and I was like, okay, like, here you go. She did not say a word. I was like, good morning. Like, you know, like I wasn't like loud in her face, but I was like, you know, good morning, how are you? She didn't say a word. She took the book, looked at me, looked at my ID, stamped, and gave it back, and I was like, okay, bye. It was kind of a weird exchange, honestly, but I brushed it off. I was just happy to be there. It took us a while to find where our bags were, just because like it's the layout is kind of like different. But then again, we followed the crowd and found our bags and stuff. When we got to the hotel was so nice. We stayed at like the Hilton. It was a really nice hotel. Like, usually where the tourists stay, we were like right across the street from the mall, like 5-minute walk from the train station, which if you ever travel to Spain, use the train. Use the bus and the train. We did not use any Ubers, and we saved so much money. It was so easy getting around town. And honestly, like the city part of Barcelona is kind of structured kind of like uptown Manhattan. It wasn't like an unfamiliar vibe as far as navigating the city. And like, we got train passes for the whole week. Saved so much money with that. Oh, another fun thing I forgot to mention was like exchanging my money for euros. I kept a few euros, but like we were initially planning on getting like $300-400 worth of euros, and I'm glad we did it, because like we barely like spent that many euros. Like, the stuff over there isn't like as expensive as it is here. The prices for everything over there was like what we should be if our inflation wasn't so bad. Their gas was like $1 and some change, and like the US and the euro aren't that like far as like currency exchange. So I'm kind of glad I didn't get that much money, because I just used my debit card. We got to the hotel. We're severely jet lagged, so did we even eat? I don't even think we ate. Like, I went to sleep. We like took a 3-hour nap, showered, changed, and then we had we had booked excursions and tours. So we had a tour. The tour was amazing. We got to see the city center. The weather was great. Like, all of our tour guides, the entire trip, were so nice and insightful. They were all history teachers, which was great because they knew about like the history of the city, and they were so insightful, just, you know, telling us stuff. Like, I was on vacation, but like I was traveling though. Like, I feel like there's a difference between vacation and traveling. Like, I was really there to learn about their culture and just experience, it. And, we're walking around, you see like the locals, there's like their universities nearby, so like students. It was just cool being there and seeing the art. Spain is really big on art and religion. That's two things that I noticed while I was there. But the architecture there was beautiful. We learned about Gaudi, which was like one of the founding architects of a lot of like their infrastructure in their cities and all the buildings, and just his philosophy and like the way that he built. And he was also religious as well, and so it was just a good like tour, and we got to see the cathedrals that were in town. They have so many beautiful cathedrals. We went to the Gothic Quarter, the city center, and some other things. There was this weird shop that had butts and poop. It was for a good cause, but just walking down the street and seeing a big behind with poop was wild. There were street performers and people playing violin on the side of the road and like guitar. It did remind me of being in New York City. So it was really, really fun the first day. Like I said, like the first day really set the tone from like when I came out of the house to when I got there. It was just great. Every day we had a tour set up, and then like time where we would like just go off and do our own thing. In Spain, it's probably the most I've like ever eaten in a week. And I was just so hungry. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because we walked so much. Barcelona is a walkable city. If you wanted to take a car, you could, but a lot of them bike and a lot of them walk. It's a very walkable city, and they're really big. I noticed like other countries are really big on health, quality of like life, and emissions, and like recycling, and just taking care of the environment. So like everything they had was curated to like help the environment. And I really like that, because here in America it's just like pollute the water, pollute the air, toxins, feed them toxins. And over there it's just like breathe, live, love. Like that's the vibes I got. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what I was talking about, but I'm gonna keep going. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so like everything was walkable, but I ate, like my bestie and I ate so much, and everything was just so delicious. It was so delicious, y'all. It was so delicious, y'all. Like I'm a bakery girl. I love baked goods, so I was eating chocolate covered donuts and croissants and churros and cake. And I know I'm a diabetic. I was taking my insulin and my blood sugar was really good, and I was managing it all very well while I was overseas. But I ate so much food. I tried something called paella. It was some rice with like sausage and all like type of stuff, and like peppers. It was so good. My chef friend, he told me, he was like, make sure you get ham and make sure you have a real sangria. And I got a big sangria my first night. Like it was like this big, and I drank the whole thing, and it was so delicious. We probably ate like every 2 hours. We were in someone's restaurant or someone's bar or someone's bakery eating. I came to eat. Another thing that I liked about the food, like so there they have like, they eat churros, and I guess that's where churros originated from, and they dip it in like hot chocolate. There was not a single place that didn't use real chocolate in their hot chocolate. Every restaurant, coffee shop, stop we went to, bakery, steamed chocolate, real steamed chocolate. And that's, I'm a hot chocolate girl. I don't drink coffee, but some hot chocolate, sign me up. And it was just so good. Like I was in heaven there. It was amazing. The people there were so nice. They were so nice. They were so nice. They were so helpful. I literally felt like I was in a fairy tale movie. Like I did. I felt like I was in a movie. Like everyone was so nice. I got proposed to while walking to the train. We were walking at like 2 a.m, and it just felt more safe there, I guess. Like, no one, like, you didn't get those weird, creepy vibes that you get in America when you're, like, walking anywhere at night. Like, it's just hard to explain, but, like, it just felt safe, like, there. But everyone was so sweet and endearing, and, like, they were so welcoming. And we heard a few people say, like, oh, they hate tourists here, but honestly, like, I didn't even feel like a tourist there. By day 2, I was ready to move. I was ready to move to Spain. Like, it was awesome. My favorite part of the vacation, obviously, being there with my best friend. I don't think I could have went with anybody else. That's my girl. Like, we had a good time. We turned up. But my favorite one was the La Sagrada Familia tour. Oh my gosh, that place, that cathedral also was built by Gaudi, and I just was a loss for words. I'm so glad that we included that on the tour, like on one of our tours, because it was just like, I kid you not, we took the train there. We walked up the train station, and I'm like looking around because I was like, well, like, where's the tour guide? He said he would be in front of the place. And we're like facing west. So, like, because the train station like faces west, we get up the stairs and we're looking around. All I see are, like, you know, small buildings and like cars parked on the street. And I was like, cathedral? I don't see anything. My bestie was like, oh my gosh, turn around. Boom! Like, it was right there. Huge. I don't know if anyone's ever been to like Universal and they went to the Harry Potter place, but imagine that times like 30. Like, imagine seeing Hogwarts in real life, but like a cathedral. Like, it was breathtaking. The detail in like the front of the cathedral like depicted the story of the birth of Jesus, and then the back of the cathedral, it represented like Holy Week, like going through like Good Friday, and like the story of Jesus, like the story leading up to the death of Jesus. And I think overall, being in Spain, I had the best religious experience. Just like being a Christian and a follower of Jesus Christ, I felt very connected to God in that city. I got to pray in all the cathedrals I went to. Like, they were open, the pews were open for prayer, and just like sitting in a entire cathedral that's every single part of the architecture literally was like intentionally done a certain way to like bring glory to God. Like, being able to pray in there, just like I had to, it just felt like really powerful in that space, and I'm glad I got to do it. We also went to the Montserrat Monastery. It was really cool. I got to pray there as well. They actually had service there. Also, like, literally like the day before we went was Easter Sunday, and they had that, I don't know if anyone's seen it like on TikTok and Instagram, but they had like this thing where they celebrate and they walk through the city with these really big like sets and stuff about that they built, you know, about the story of Jesus Christ. And like, that literally had just ended, which is another reason why it was a good time for us to go, because like a lot of the tourists were leaving when we came, and so it wasn't so like condensed like it was that weekend. But, you know, just coming in right after that, it was really great. And yeah, I love that. The last day we went on like, well, yeah, it was also when we went to the Montserrat. We had lunch at this farmhouse. Like, they picked us up, they took us to Montserrat, and then we went on the sky cable car over the mountains. Crazy. We were literally in between, like, I think they said like France was on the other side and some other country was on the other side. It was like right over the mountains, and like the scenery was breathtaking. We were like hundreds of feet in the air going across to the other side to get driven to a farmhouse where they hosted us for lunch. They eat lunch a lot earlier there, like at an early time. We had like unlimited red and white wines. Like, we tried the ham. Very delicious. They're like really big on ham. Like we were walking down the street and they have stores. They have stores for ham. Like the ham just hanging on the walls, and you walk in there and get your ham. Like it's normal. It's like a ham convenience store. Food was so good. And like everybody that was on our tour, like we were eating family style, and everything there is just so like family love, like cultural, and like I really loved it. I know I'm like gushing, but I literally had such a great time. I was so full, and the wine was so good. Like I ate as much as my heart desired. And then we went back. We went shopping in the mall. Their malls literally have everything. There's bakeries in the mall. Like, oh, the bakeries. I just can't stop talking about the bakeries. But literally, everything is so much cheaper over there, especially shopping. I was like, I would literally come back to Spain to shop. Just 2 or 3 days just to shop, because like their price for everything was crazy. Something I didn't touch on, my outfits. Y'all, I literally, so like if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm starting my modeling career. Well, I'm trying to start my modeling career. I'm an aspiring model, and on my Instagram I create fashion content and styling content just so like I can get practice, modeling and seeing my style and what works for me, to see what type of modeling like I really want to get into. I literally, as soon as we confirmed that week that we were doing Barcelona, like we booked the trip. We booked the trip probably like a month after we planned that we were gonna go, and we just booked it. I had already had my outfits in my head. As soon as we said Barcelona, like my outfit ideas started coming. I literally ordered all my outfits in 1 week, and I tried everything on. They came out exactly like I wanted them to in my head. This is like the best girl math. If you know how hard it is when you plan out an outfit in your head, you try it on, and it literally doesn't look or feel anything like you wanted it to. I did not experience that. Everything looked exactly how I thought it would in my head, and I love that for me. Shout out to Fashion Nova and Rainbow for getting me right. I just think that trip was overall like a 10 out of 10. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but I am very grateful that I got to experience going out of the country for the first time, like getting my passport stamped for the first time. And I'm definitely grateful and thankful to God that I was able to experience that at my age. I've been working hard my whole life, and just being able to do something that I wanted to do for me and experience a different culture, and enjoy myself and relax, after graduating college, like 2 years ago. I'm just so thankful that I got to experience that and experience it with my best friend, like we made like a life memory together. I got so many souvenirs. I literally got a souvenir from everywhere I went. Everywhere I got a souvenir. If I went there, I got a souvenir. Hopefully and prayerfully this won't be my last time leaving the country, but if it is, I definitely had a time. I lived, I laughed, I loved, and I ate. I ate. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my recap video about Barcelona, Spain. If you're considering going out of the country, I definitely recommend, for your first like really big trip, I definitely recommend going to Spain. I would live there honestly if I could. Like if I got a chance to like live abroad, I would choose Spain. Like it's awesome. Even the way the city is designed is just crazy. Like it's so much better. I was supposed to be leaving and I started talking again, so sorry. So we'll try this again. Thank you guys for watching my recap video about my trip to Barcelona, Spain. I hope that I get to see you guys soon when I drop another video, so be on the lookout for that. But until next time, bye.